Daniel was a one-ended. You were giving it one.
He was looping it in.
I was gonna say, how do you man wipe your ass?
I know Yambi's one of them, man, that does it from the front.
No.
Now we understand that in the background, the people that were really leading the response didn't necessarily believe what they were saying.
Why did toilet become the number one most wanted thing in the world?
What we are saying is that just because someone looks the part doesn't mean they are.
There is killer disease going around. What would you do?
Hello? We does this 25 days.
I hustle, I verbally hustle.
We does this 25 days.
I hustle, I verbally hustle.
We does this. We does this.
We
We
live,
does.
baby. Hit him with a nasty squiggle. Alright, cool. Let's roll. Let's rock and roll. Snap.
Crackle.
And pop. Welcome back to the Imperfect People show. And I said welcome back like an idiot.
I'm telling you, when the heat is on you to introduce the show, welcome back happens. It's not a thing that's conscious.
I might just go back onto Claude and say, fuck you, Claude. We're saying welcome back. What are you going to do about it? I said, what are you going to do about it?
Claude's doing that negative feedback. It's not telling us alternatives.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
saying,
In it. Don't say welcome back. You're not telling me what
should
to
I say, Claude?
I'm going to ask Claude.
AI?
I'll ask it later, man.
What does AI know, huh? Anyway, hello everyone. I'm your co-host, BG the King, aka Idris's father, aka Milo's leader, Boris Guevara the first. Hello everyone. This is my co-host.
Milo's leader is...
Milo's leader is unreal, by the way. That's
leading.
But yeah, I'm here, man. Search the Black Star. Godspeed.
Godspeed. And finally, last but not least...
38-24 yams, bro. Come on,
38.
let them know.
Have you ever explained what that means?
We don't. I think Boris should probably explain.
We'll leave it as mystery.
Part of
gave
it's a
it to
mystery.
me.
Part of it is not a mystery. As soon as you see Amber, because he's so confused. He wears some of his clothes are for an older, mature, well-off man, and some of his clothes are like he's in the streets, bro. So he gets 38-24 because he's a balance of two ages in one man.
38 and 24.
Is that at the same time, or is it like different days?
No, same time, bro.
Okay.
At the exact same time. Bro, you're wearing Polo Ralph Lauren socks. What can I say about that? What can I say? That's 38. That's 38.
Oh, yeah, you do have some 38-year-old man shots.
Bro, 38. I know what he's on, bro. That's his thing. And I rate that. So I respect him. I like it. Because you know what it is? I know that he is like, this week I'm going to mash up these men for saying anything. I'm going to come ready. But even when he does it, he just does it more. He's just more of that.
No, you know what? There was probably a week where I thought, no, let me try. And I thought, you know what? I don't care about that. I'm not here for that. Yeah, bro. He's going to say, you know what I thought? He's going to say something regardless.
That's exactly
I wore socks today with Polo Ralph.
When you had the half socks on, he didn't like them either. When you got no socks on, he's going to tell you you're wearing vegan socks.
He don't believe in the normal rules of socks that apply. If you wear light trainers, light socks, dark trainers, dark socks. He don't believe that, bro. He's doing the mixed race thing. He wants to mix it up. He wants to keep people on their toes, and I like that about you. What can I say about that?
Do you know what makes it so worse? Is that you sit there for how long?
Yeah, he didn't say a word, didn't
he didn't say no one word.
Yeah, but he's already noted you got Polo Ralph socks on, bro.
Can I respond to that? All I will say is that is not fully true. What happens is I was like, oh, Ralph Lauren socks, that's interesting. Nice. But I know as soon as we get in the combo, if I start to think about how I feel about that, I freestyle about that, and then things happen. Mixed race socks, man. You get it?
All right, Yams, let's get into some imperfect people.
Let's get into some imperfect people, but ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, as usual, some dilemmas for Bucky and Sech. So these are real people, real stories. They're wondering, are they the imperfect person in this situation? Cool. So first one. My husband and I both have teenage kids from previous marriages, and I make significantly more money than he does. At first, we merged our finances and treated the kids the same. Sports, clothes, vacation, everything. But it kept getting messy. We'd agree budgets, he'd go behind my back, and if I got upset, everyone focused on my reaction instead of what he'd done. The tipping point was when my stepdaughter was telling me what her dad spends on her is none of my business. And he didn't back me up for that conversation. So I suggested we separate our finances. He handles his kids financially, and I handle my kids financially. I still do things for my stepson when I want to, so that includes clothes, vacation, whatever it may be, matching him for savings in terms of what my husband does. But he doesn't do the same for my kids. Now my stepdaughter has been telling the family it's unfair my kids get spoiled while she has to pay for her own way, and now they're excluding me from their family events, calling me unfair behind my back. So the question is, am I the imperfect person for sticking to what we agreed with my husband, even though it means my kids get more and sometimes his kids get less?
I'm hella confused. Can we build a family? Just so we're clear here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you confused?
No, I think I get it still.
Alright, cool. No, I think I get it. I just want to be clear. So you've got a lady with 2 kids
Yep.
and a man with 2
2
kids.
kids, let's say.
And they're all teenagers.
Yep.
And they agreed that they're together, they're going to pool their finances, and all the kids are going to get an equal share of whatever happens,
Yep.
be it savings, food, clothing, holidays, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
All right, cool. And it turns out that this woman, the husband was spending
initially,
more on
yeah,
his
he
kids
started-
and buying off her
yeah.
things. So he went, cool. No, and
Then they agreed.
his daughter went, mind your business. Yeah.
Yeah.
You give her a lip and
Yeah,
cheek,
yeah.
mind your business.
Mind your business.
All
What my dad does up to me and him.
Yeah. And then she's gone, all right, cool, boom, I'm just going to pattern my kids, you pattern your kids,
Yeah.
and everyone's happy. All right, cool.
So now she's wondering, am I the imperfect person?
No. And also, the husband's the brokey.
He's the brokey.
Oh,
He's
then calm. Yeah. I think I'm clear. You're all right. You're a good girl.
The agreement was that they're still together, yeah?
Well, we presume so.
So, because
She's
that's a
asking the
mad
question.
thing. They're together, but you're not invited to family functions.
Yeah, that's another thing I got confused. Like,
So obviously,
with one family,
the
like.
husband, or whatever, the kids have gone to his side of the family, and they're boying it off
And they're
basically.
not-
And,
she's not
now they're
invited.
saying, you know what, we don't want your wife around here.
And her kids.
I'm
Actually,
guessing so.
that's
I'm not going to
fair.
send my kids there, am I?
No, you can't.
Yeah,
You can't
she
do
might
that.
just stay in here.
No, listen, it's completely crazy to not be invited to family functions.
Yeah.
What I would say is that whatever their agreement was, when they started this is what they should adhere to if they're together. Right?
Right.
Like if the agreement was we're going to pool our money, and we look after everyone, there's one pool of money for everyone to look after, that's the agreement. But I think the only way that will change is they're no longer together, because the reality is,
Yeah.
if you're no longer together, that person takes their finances, this person takes their finances, and you crack on from there. So for me, I'm trying to see how the mum who didn't do anything weird can be imperfect. What
Yeah,
can she
I
be
can't see
imperfect
it.
about?
Well, again, the question is, she's wondering if she's the one in the wrong in this situation.
Nah, she's
Yeah,
not.
She's being kicked off.
And her stepdaughter's got a lip as well. It's cheeky.
Yeah. And now you can imagine the stepdaughter's obviously, what if she's saying that to her, say, mind your business, and obviously this is kicked off, she's going over there.
Because the
going,
dad's broken the rules, and then in response, she went, like, my dad can spend on me whatever he wants. So she's obviously in her own
Well,
right to go and
so
spend
they
whatever.
broke the rules how?
Like, the dad was spending peas on the daughter, basically. His daughter.
But it's not even his bread. He ain't got bread like that.
when it was together, it wasn't his bread. It
But
wasn't
he was
bread.
only spending the peas on his daughter.
He was spending more on his daughter
No, that's
than
crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm
Well,
saying.
you have to check this bread and be like, do you understand? Do you think I don't understand what you're doing?
You know, do you think I don't understand?
Do you think I can't see what you're doing, bro? I'll bring up an Excel and be like, this is how much we've spent on together, my daughter, my son, whatever, and this is how much you're disproportionately spending on yours. Like, what's happening?
But then now, again, the last part of that is,
And then the daughter checked her. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
then-
That's I can't move on from that. I
but
can't
the
move
next
on from
part
that.
is now they've split up and said, actually, you know what, you do yours and I'll do mine again.
Yeah.
But now his children are complaining, saying, look,
Yeah,
they're
because
living
your
life
dad's a
over
brokey,
there.
though. That's what I'm saying. Your
So
dad's a
what is it?
brokey, and he moved like he wasn't a brokey, yeah. And then you, the daughter, you started this really because you were behaving like your dad's not a brokey, and now look, now you are a brokey. You and your dad are brokies, and now you're upset because the non-brokies are living their best life. When really before we all had it split, we all had it patterned, but you wanted to take it far and be rude and just be like, mind your business.
Also,
So mind your business. You too mind your business.
the way that they feel when they're like, oh, they're getting nicer preference or nicer treatment than we're currently getting, is what basically they were doing to the other kids before
Exactly.
that anyway. So the point really would be, as a parent, is like, however you're feeling right now, the resentment, the frustration you're feeling, is how you're making the other person feel.
Yeah.
So it's not fair.
I'm saying, you two mind your business. Is that wrong?
What's the
The
judgment?
kids are imperfect, bro.
The kids are imperfect. They
The
should mind
kids
their
are
business.
imperfect.
Yeah.
Hundo.
The husband?
The husband's the number one, but he is the root of the imperfection.
You see my man on Instagram. Husband needs to go start breaking some concrete or something.
Do something on the side.
He needs to do something. He needs to
Start
get
working
his bread up.
Yeah.
Get your
Start
bread up.
flinging some Amazon parcels, bro. Like,
He's
because,
imperfect, bro. Shout out.
I blame him.
Cool.
But yeah, she's sweet, man.
Shout out to the March for being a
go
baller
on.
and not doing dirty
Yeah,
stuff when
exactly,
she
man.
could have.
Exactly.
That's
Pick up
the
the
real
March,
shout
man.
out.
Pick up the March.
Fact. All right, next one. It's another marriage one. I've been married for 6 months. Quite a
Fuck
short
all.
time. That's
Yeah,
nothing really.
Fuck all.
Doesn't count yet.
Yeah, you're a baby in this. You can still return her.
This is a woman, but
And vice versa. Yeah.
you can still return that.
Yeah, 6 months, bro. Like, what?
This
6
is
months.
the returns policy.
Yeah.
You return her too.
All right, I've been married for 6 months.
Where do you take her? Like,
Parents' house, blood. You just be like,
where do you
"Man,
drop her off? Like,
you see how your dad walked you down the aisle to
What,
me? I'm
walk her
walking
back
her
down?
back down the
back to the
driveway,
aisle
bro.
and be like, meet me at the aisle again. I'll bring her back. Like,
Just walk her down the driveway, bro. There you go.
I've been married for 6 months. My mother-in-law dates a new guy every month.
Nice. Cool guy. Hey, don't have to shout me. That's my catchment area. You know me already, boy. You know me already,
my
though.
goodness,
No
bro.
comment,
Every
no.
month.
Every month.
She's out here slanging it, bro.
And a few weeks before our wedding, it turned out she'd been talking to 2 guys at once, and I'd invited both of them to our wedding without even letting any of us know.
This is good.
When she realized they'd both show up, she came up to us begging to delay the wedding so that she could say it was cancelled. We said no, obviously.
Yeah, what? No, what?
Delay the wedding.
She was on her knees crying.
No.
The fact she was on her knees is how the problem started.
And I told her, maybe if you weren't, this is a quote, by the way, quote. I told her, maybe if you weren't such a whore
Oh.
This is how I'm
and
Jerry Springer.
stuck to one
Yeah, yeah,
person, you wouldn't have gotten yourself into this situation. My husband lost it. He yelled at me for how I spoke to his mum, and I told them both I told them both it was true, and I walked out. He later admitted privately that he only defended her in the moment so she wouldn't spiral out more.
He's playing chestnut checkers.
Yeah.
At the actual wedding, both guys showed up.
Yeah, but
Spotted her together at the same time and asked, "Who's this?" She admitted she'd be seeing both of them, then tried to play the victim, said she loved both of them and couldn't choose. So I stepped in again and I'd straightened it at my own wedding. Am I the imperfect person? One, for calling my stepmom a whore.
nah, you can't call your mother.
I think the delivery mechanism.
So not stepmom, mother-in-law, sorry,
A
mother-in-law.
whore, you know.
Yeah.
A whore is
Quote,
crazy.
like,
Calling an as a woman, not that I would know, but as a woman, calling an older woman a whore must be different to a girl. Do you understand? It's like we're both women, and I'm calling you're a whore. It's like, oh what?
Fact.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
also,
hits
she's
different.
not a whore, man. The women these days, they could be promiscuous and free, bruv.
She's
Just because
living
she's
her
out
life,
here
bro.
shagging. Like,
Yeah, but
she
you
can-
can't make your shagging the issue of my wedding day.
Yeah, fact.
Oh yeah, 100%. But you can't call her a bunjiva. Like you can't go like just because you're a whore. Like that's mental.
Yeah, but let's play devil's advocate a little bit. It's your wedding day.
Yeah.
It's like the day, like especially if you put it as the traditional way of like for the bride. It's the day that they look forward to a lot. You're on the day begging me and making my wedding day about you because you don't want to tell one
And
of the guys don't
we
come.
don't have to call her a whore though.
I agree with you, but the issue is that you're putting me in a situation where I have to call you anything.
Because your head's gone.
Yeah,
My head's
Why?
gone.
If it's your job, your only job as a guest to someone's wedding is don't bring problems.
Yeah. Come.
Bro, they've put
sit,
food,
eat,
drink,
dance, leave.
they put everything together. Don't cause problems, bro. So for me, I look at okay, cool. Is calling her a hoe wrong? Yes. But why is she in a situation where has to call her anything? And that's
facts.
the root cause of this problem is not that she called her a whore.
And also, again, another psychopath then. Yeah.
Who's a psychopath?
The mother-in-law.
Okay.
Because what made you think that was a good idea? At what point in all of
No,
this
bro,
did you think it was a good idea to invite both of your
No,
little
she's
side
really
pieces?
lost in the source, isn't it? She's pretty
Psychopath.
lost in the texting and
Well,
going, "Oh, my
come on,
daughter's
you
getting
couldn't
married."
even just say it's easier for you to go. It
was easy to cancel it.
It's easier for you to go to the bride of the wedding than to tell one of your links that you're not going to see in a month.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy, bro.
It's actually true, is it? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
easier to be
yeah.
like, yo, wedding's
Wedding
cancelled
day, bro.
to that
And
person.
also, these are links. These are not like.
These are not permanent.
I
you
imagine
calling
this
them up?
woman, this lady's like 45, 50, 60.
Why
No,
you-
she's older, I guess. Yeah.
She's
So it's
older.
like, why is
but-
she acting like she's new to this, bro? Like, come on, pat
Yeah,
up,
but
like,
also
your season,
it's
like-
Two geezers going to the same. And
Yeah,
also,
crazy.
think about that means how many did she initially invite? Because I'm looking at closing ratios. It's not 1 for 1.
Closing
So she would have invited 8 and got 2. So that's a
That's a
25%.
good ratio, by the
That's
way.
not bad.
It's a good
right?
ratio.
Yeah, it's
So
not bad.
she got 25% yes rate. Now she got both of them showing up. She has to bin one off.
Yeah,
And now
you
my
got
job would be like, don't make this my problem. You
yeah,
pick one.
incognito, like, do that in your
I'm
own
paying for
time,
2
like-
man's meals
Yeah.
as well.
Facts. Oh yeah, that's actually unbelievable.
So you start to deep it. It's like, well, hold on. They're both gonna chop here, and then they're gonna chop after, but only one of them. Maybe she
wanted to.
wanted
Maybe
the
the-
Eiffel Tower.
Does that then make her a...
Well, listen. Whether it does or not, I think calling her it to her face and
It probably
is a
wasn't
mad
the
thing.
best, yeah, the
but
best of-
the reality is, the imperfect person is 100% the mother whore, because the reality is that it's someone else's wedding
Mother
day.
whore.
Yeah? It's someone else's wedding day, and you're on your knees crying because you got 2 links coming.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
your fault. Why are you
Yeah.
making that my problem?
That's a you problem.
Yeah. Don't make that my problem, man.
It's a you problem.
So
Finish that.
the woman in this situation is not the... Okay, is she an imperfect person for calling her a whore?
I wouldn't call that an
It's a
imperfect
bad
person. Yeah,
response.
it wasn't a great response.
But it's your
Like,
wedding day.
You could have further diffused it if you didn't do that.
Okay, cool.
You could have just called her like promiscuous.
That's the same
How
thing.
would you have said? How many men do you want to see in one day?
Yeah, fact. Okay, cool. Nice. That was Imperfect People, ladies and gentlemen.
Countdown.
Shoot the shit.
Crazy, man. Hello, everyone. Thank you for making it this far into the episode. I wanted to use this as an opportunity to ask you for a favor, and one that genuinely would mean a lot to me. We have a very big, ambitious goal of one day freeing our families and ourselves and being able to completely live off of doing this beautiful show. And we want to be able to produce more content. We want to be able to produce better content for you guys. We really want to reinvest in the show to make it the best it can be. The one thing that you can do that would help us on this journey, and we would really appreciate it, if you just look below this video, there's a little button that says subscribe. If you could just take 8 seconds of your time just to press the button, take us one step closer to our goal, that would be incredible. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Crazy.
What's been going on? How have we been?
Bro, I saw on the weekend something I've never seen, but I've never seen someone eat a sausage the way I saw this really sausage in my life.
Hey, send me them pictures.
Bro,
I put
all
it
I was
in.
gonna say, bro,
I put it in.
when we were there, all I remember is it was so nice. Like, we were downstairs, everyone's sitting around. Like, it was kind of like this like fire pit vibe. We just got food. By the way, I know. You know, you go to certain people's motives, the food's gonna be slap.
Yeah.
I knew that
Yeah.
E-Man
It
was
was
gonna
10.
do a mad thing and Miriam's gonna do a mad thing. So shout out to those guys. Happy birthday. I look over to Yamba, yeah, and what I can only describe as like, you know when you see inappropriate videos on Instagram, it says like the video's blurred out and you have to say view real.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like that's what it should have been, because this guy, bro, the sausage, the way he was eating it, like you might think in a public setting where man might bust choke, cut up the sausage.
Yeah.
Cut up the sausage, bro. He had the whole. Fuck, like,
It was
bro,
a- it was
a girthy
yeah,
sausage.
It was hefty. It was hefty.
It was,
Yeah, it was
you could hit someone with it.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
It was a
lengthy
big old,
sausage,
because I know E-Man as well. He ain't gonna get the cute little sausage. He's gonna
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
bangers.
He's gonna get
you
a
know them
proper
ones.
sausage, yeah.
Bro, he got sausages, rude boy, yeah. And this guy just had the sausage on a fork and was just gagging on the
Yeah,
sausage, rude boy. And I couldn't believe it, bro.
Because I ate mine in a way that avoided this version.
How did you eat yours?
I stabbed it in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of like side to side. Whereas you had yours at one end and you were giving it one and
He
then
was
one.
looping it in,
Yeah.
boy.
Have you
I
got
had
the
mine
picture?
in
You
the
got to
middle.
send him the picture.
And I was just like, yeah.
You will see, the photo
But you know
being
what?
posed
You know what it
here,
was?
like-
I was so excited for the food, yeah. Like all thoughts of like him being around, like went out
Listen,
the window.
I personally, I don't think it's an issue, but yeah, when you're surrounded by man
Yeah.
like this, man,
Bro, and I was
It
just
was
enjoying.
unreal. The way he was eating, bro. I was thinking, is there kids around, bro? This is unacceptable.
It was a good sausage. Pause.
How
It
can
was,
he eat
it
like
was
this?
nice. It was
The
nice,
food
man.
was lit. The drive was mad.
How
And
do
then
you,
what-
man? There you go. You
No,
finished.
you go,
your
you
point.
go, you go.
I was gonna say, how do you, man, wipe your ass?
That was better than the combo I was gonna have.
What? How
How do you wipe your? No, let me tell you for why.
I know Yambi's one of them, man, that does it from the front.
Stop. Front to back. Sorry, back to front is crazy,
No,
by the
listen,
way.
It's balls in it.
Yeah, right. Because I see the debate. I've seen the debates previously of do you wipe your ass sitting or standing?
Oh,
yeah?
bro, if you ever wipe your ass standing, you're a disgusting
Yeah.
human.
So when I was a kid, I used to stand up and do it, yeah. And then the logic like hit me. You have to do that shit sitting down. And I thought, cool. But then I see one debate the other day where the man said, do you wipe from the front or the back?
How do you
And
wipe
then the
from
man
front?
went, I wipe from the front. What? So you what? You go in and then drag towards the gooch.
Yeah, the motion has to. Yeah, the motion has to be that if you do it from the front.
That's crazy. So how do you?
Also, it's getting spillage on the gooch and
That's
the ball.
crazy,
That's
bro.
what I'm
You're
saying.
bringing poo
No, bro,
towards
it's-
the gooch and ballage.
From behind,
Yeah.
sat down, and it's front to back.
Yeah,
always, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I've also got one addition. I think is mandatory. So I think there's evolution in wiping your bum. Step one is standing up, and then sitting down. Now you're on level 2. Level 2 is after you use paper, but you have to use water.
Oh no, not even that. Yeah,
flush.
water or like.
No, but you have to use water, not flushing. I'm talking about on
No,
your bum.
flush your balls, bro.
Oh
What,
yeah, Man said again, and now you flush. No, I'm not doing step by step here. Like I'm saying,
flush your
I'm saying,
balls,
bro, you have to use wet wipe because I'll
Wet
tell you
wipes
something
are
right now.
unreal, yeah.
You will think it's completely clean. You get a wet wipe and be like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah,
then
yeah.
get 1 or 2 more
You
wipes.
get
and then you're
residue,
done.
bro.
Like,
That's it.
Nah,
Yeah.
you need
Wet wipes are
because
key.
bro, the dry thing you got. I remember. Shout out to all my Muslim brethren because they've always been saying this.
Yeah.
They're always like, bro, you're just smearing the poo. And the best way they described it to me ever, yeah. This is the best way, yeah. Bro, Hader one time said to me, okay, cool. Imagine you're outside and you just touch poo on your hand. Now there's poo on your hand. Yeah. You're not gonna get a dry tissue and go, that's off. Now I can eat. You understand? He's like, bro, you will, when that poo touches your hand, you can't touch anything else until you wash your hand. So it's the same with your ass.
But those toilet. I can't remember. I think Andrex do it. You know the toilet wet wipes. Those.
Yeah, the
ones.
flushables.
Yeah. But
sick,
bro,
bro.
they
But
stay
If you
around.
can't get those, bro, just get a bit of water.
I was actually,
all
but
the water thing.
I'm actually looking at. You can get like kind of bidets installed
Yeah,
into a
bro,
normal
it's not
toilet. But I'm looking at them
Yeah, the
seriously
Japanese
because
toilets and that,
bro,
bro.
they're unreal.
Fucking
Poo bar.
Let's just go back to so. Sorry, there's someone who said they wipe
Bro,
front.
some American brothers, they had the first debate and then they went to like the stand up, sit down debate.
Yeah,
Then they went to the front to back. I'm like, that's impossible. Everybody goes from the back. But
That's
one of the
crazy,
brothers, like,
man.
nah, I
Do you know how
go
mad
from
it
the
is
front.
to wipe your bum standing up though? Yeah, that's
Man
what
that
I'm
wipe from the front are jokers. Jokers.
That's
Also,
a
but I'm
joke,
not
bro.
gonna lie, I got something I have to do when I take a poo, and this is in any place. So anyone, I hope no one from work ever watches this. But if I ever take a poo outside, bro, I have to take all my clothes off.
Yes, that Ace. Ace has to take all his clothes off.
I
work?
can't poo
At
with,
work?
like, no, bro. Obviously,
you can't do it at
if
work.
I'm at work,
Hold
here's
on,
what I would
question.
say. I can't take my t-shirt off in it because for example, let's say I've ironed it or I don't want it to be grotty or something. I can't take it off because it'll get nasty.
Yeah.
But I will take my trousers off because I need to widen my legs to be able
Yeah,
to.
trousers
like,
off. I'm with that. I could take the trousers off. Yeah.
Take my trousers off and I
Yeah.
just hang them on the feet.
Yeah.
like
What
that.
are you man doing? Giving birth, bro. Listen, you don't need to be banging off all your clothes.
I've got
in
IBS.
that.
No, I
It's
need
too
the.
much,
I
it's
need
too
this.
much.
Yeah, I need the. I can't have these limitations
Yeah,
on
that's
my
what I'm
ankles,
saying,
bro.
bro.
Come on,
Why
I
are you
can't.
you better spreading your actual ankles
Bro,
out. That's
you know
birth.
when you poo, there's that stance. You want to try and be straight and make it
Yeah.
easy for the poo to leave room.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I can't be
shackles
sitting
on my
like this,
ankles,
bro.
Like, yeah, no, come on. I need
Wide
spread.
knees.
I
Like,
hear that if you're at home and that, but in public,
no,
bro,
I
you
have to. But I
charge
also
it to the
avoid
gym, bro.
in any if I can avoid shitting in public, I will. But sometimes nature calls, bro. I have to go.
No, sometimes I've made the decision. But I was in Vegas, but I was shitting in drays, bro. Big drays.
No, but also the
Shitting.
I shot
toilet
one
has
time
to
I got
be-
diarrhea
Have a
attack in the
like
Prince.
you know sometimes like say if you're out and you're drinking and whatever it's like you need to shit, it just ruins everything.
Oh,
No,
bro.
no,
So
I
I'm
couldn't-
thinking
I
I,
couldn't do
need
it.
to just go and shit because
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
have a much better time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Was
was
it-
spend the next
what's
7
the-
minutes shitting, sorting myself out, and I'll have a much
No,
better
but
time.
it ruins the night.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
actually
I'm
that
saying. You
serious.
have to go
If you
shit.
need a poo and your stomach's
So
hurting,
I'm
you
in
can't
Dre's.
enjoy drinking.
I'm in Dre's shitting. I heard a man them coming, but I just bust the door. So I'm shitting, doors open, man them are just there washing their hands. I'm having a great time, bro. Them
My
are the
worst,
hustlers,
my
bro.
worst nightmare is like train station.
Yeah, I don't know. There's certain places you can't go.
You can't
the
do
Prince, bro. I had a diarrhea attack one time in the Prince. Yeah, IBS, massive. Hold tight, everyone involved. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I went in there, it's like first of all the door's just this wooden like. I imagine I'm on a naval ship. Like you close the door, yeah, and everyone's just walking by, and bro, you know what the crowd is like at the Prince. Everyone's just battered, and everyone's like, mate, you see her, mate? Oh, that's me, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah, just, oh yeah, I'm gonna go work, mate. Yeah, just fucking made 300 grand today. You know what I mean? Like everyone's just talking shit, and I'm there suffering. Like I'm trying to give birth, yeah, and the toilet's hot and sweaty, and the toilet paper doesn't have like it's not on a roll.
Oh, is it
it's
one of the
just
sheets?
like sat on the thing above, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
this is
fuck that.
grimy.
What's
bro.
the worst place you've shat?
The worst.
My old company's toilet, Global.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. It's somewhere outside, like public, probably a pub. Probably like I need to go somewhere, and then look. The worst situation is, you know, when they give you those sheets of toilet. It's not a toilet roll. It's like sheets of square, like this big.
Like the pulley out ones. You put them up. Like,
and you have to pull 65 to get any movement. Bro.
I'm worried about jamming up the toilet and.
No, I don't care. I don't care when I'm outside.
Nah,
I don't care
my
about jamming the
worst
toilet, bro.
in Thailand, bro.
Why?
Well, you got
Some of them toilets in
yeah.
Thailand.
There's no flushing.
Yeah, but
you can't put tissues inside.
But when you're in a bar, bruv, you've had some mad pad thai or massa man earlier in the day, you're out, you're drinking these shitty drinks, yeah. Then you're in some bar, you go, where the toilet, yeah. A man's pointing you down some dark alley, like, why is the toilet 7-minute walk away, bruv? Like, and then I remember just shitting him, like,
what, just hole?
And I couldn't believe it. You
Was
know,
it
like
just
that,
a hole
I
in the
was
ground,
just
like kind of?
It's wild, like.
No, yeah, it wasn't a hole in the ground. It was like, but it was just so dark, grotty, cranky, and rickety, and that, like, not straight bruv. And I'm sat in there, shit. I'm thinking, like,
I feel like I did something else on Friday though. Oh yeah. I went to this a bit after. I went to a registry of a wedding. That was really nice.
Nice.
oh, what, you went to an
Shout
actual
out to
registry?
Ansu, shout out to
Oh,
Greg.
Anshu's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations,
Well,
They're
congratulations.
doing a mad thing, yeah, where they're gonna see this when they watch it. They had a sick idea basically where they're gonna surprise everyone on the day.
So this was the day you
So
went
no
to.
one knows. Everyone's coming for an engagement drinks.
Okay.
When everyone get there, there's gonna be a way that they're gonna roll it out where they're gonna tell everyone that it's a surprise that they're already married. Today's a celebration of the wedding. So the surprise thing was
That's
on,
this Saturday coming, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's the
make sure this doesn't go
That
out.
was on Friday.
Definitely ain't going on.
That's why I said it. We're gonna make that deadline, bro.
That's-
That which was beautiful, man. It was in like is it Marylebone Town Hall, like the bait one that everyone does it. It's so beautiful in there, right?
Yeah.
The only thing is they're so booked up because everyone wants to.
Oh,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's like a
in and
production.
out.
Like, look, right, cool, let's go. Your room's already
Yeah,
ready.
that
like,
was at my wedding. It's like, it starts now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not ready. They
But
don't.
Sorry,
what
I
I
need
would
to finish
say
that,
is,
but, like-
yeah, obviously I'm old now, so I've been to bare weddings. I heard loads of vows. Yeah, their vows were 10.
Did they write their own? Yeah.
No.
They wrote their own vows. Yeah.
Imagine they said the pre-written ones.
No, because I've heard other people write their own vows, and it was like, meh, it's all right.
Did
They wrote their own vows, and it was like both of them were unreal
On
and different,
point.
very
Yeah.
different.
Did you write your own vows?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
So we did, but
Good.
this is a question.
I'm joking.
You were there.
I'm joking.
This is a question. This is a question I was gonna say.
I said,
I was
yeah,
at both
it
of
is,
them.
uh,
he
Man
was
said,
fine
yeah,
with
to
you.
and gay.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? No, the question I was gonna ask. You know when you're doing the form thing to obviously get the registrar there.
Yeah.
Our one, I don't know if they do it for her, but we got to build what she was saying. And
Same, yeah.
So there's obviously like there's a standard one, then there's like one that's a bit longer.
different
then there's
versions, yeah.
different versions, and we basically got the best bits from all of them, and put it together. And then I remember someone at the wedding going, was she a minister? Like, was she the? And I was like, no, we were like, nah, we just put that together so she could say it in a certain way.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if that was like a
No, you
standard
can,
thing.
because I remember doing similar sort of formats, like, which ones do you want?
Yeah.
So you basically took from a few
We
of
took
them.
from all of them because they were
We
like,
just
oh, you
picked
can
the
do your
basic
own
one,
thing,
man.
but we just did all of them, made it longer, made it like
I can't
almost
even remember
churchy.
them. Like, very much the standard vows, bro.
But that was buff. That was very nice.
Nice.
That's good. Congratulations, Nancy.
Shout out to Ansu.
Those
Shout
are
out to Ansu.
honourable subscribers to the show as well.
Yeah. They watch
show
every
our show
episode.
a lot
bro.
of love.
These
A lot
are
of
watch
love.
every episode, even
it's
to the
good.
point where Ansu's sending it to his brethren. And shout out to Kurt. There's a number of people that messaged me that just been like, "Yo, I love the show.
Yeah.
Sick, bro. It's very
But
nice."
do you know what? Well, since we're here, yeah, that post you did, like, I genuinely, yeah, it's not even that big of a deal once I deep it, yeah, but it's like, we're 20 odd episodes in, yeah, and it's just like,
Which
do you
one? You
remember
talking about the
days-
one with like the
one-
setting up
yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Like we're
And it's
flowing.
mad that actually even like we took that footage and I was like, oh, we should record all this and that, and now we can use it. But imagine even like after 100 episodes and we look back, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
That'll
different
be
place,
crazy.
bro.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
crazy.
watching that thing. I'm like, fucking hell, bro.
we
Like,
come
Bro, that was
Right,
like that was before.
even
like,
some of the
before
footage,
day
our
one.
footage now isn't A1 in it, yeah. But when we were using that thing, I'm looking back and think, fucking, that's what we used to put out.
Yeah.
Like, grainy as fuck, man.
That's everything
But
we
it
had,
is
bro.
good. It's like you do randomly get. Even at manuals on Saturday, it's like people are just like, oh yeah, let's see a podcast. It's good. Like it's more of the message of keep going.
Yeah. This is
That's
it.
that's the
Like,
one.
there's
That's
not,
just
there's
like,
not
actually-
been like I don't think I've heard any negative. Like there's been like obviously feedback to obviously do this or try this or
Yeah.
change this, but there's not been a negative kind of oh no, you know
Listen,
what, it's
the-
not,
the
it's
phase
not
we're
my
in-
thing. Get into some imperfect news.
Come on, then.
I think
We've got a big one this week.
The
innit?
big one this
The
week.
squirrel of a man.
Squirrel of a man. I'll give the people a bit of a rundown. So Anthony Fauci, Name that rings a bell, Dan.
Yeah.
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 It's a
Now,
Google. It's a
like-
Google. Right. Listen. Long story short, if you switched on the TV since 2020, you've probably seen this man somewhere. He's an American doctor. He run the U.S. government's infectious disease institution for nearly 40 years and became the face of COVID, essentially.
Yeah, so like I said, he's their Chris Whitty. Remember we had Chris Whitty?
Whitty. That's the
Patrick
man.
Mahomes.
Looks like?
The same thing, bruv.
Yeah, that's the man. Chris Whitty used
he's
to come out with
basically-
Boris.
Yeah, he used to
Not-
come
not-
and do
not our
the. He
Boris.
used to be our thing. Like,
I never met him. Like,
our version.
No, Chris.
Okay, what? Like, when he came out of Boris, I've never seen this guy in my life.
No, but he used to do.
Bro,
remember they used to do like
every
that
day,
7
bro.
PM
Remember that every day they used to
update
come
or
out
whatever
there.
they used to do.
So he was our version.
So Fauci's,
Yeah.
that's our version of Fauci.
But
he
Fauci,
looks moist. Fauci looks
Fauci's
like
on a global though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
remember
does
Chris-
like Kane.
different
Fauci
levels,
does
yeah.
like.
So he probably speaks to Fauci's. Fauci's
Okay, Fauci's the
man.
HNIC. I hear it. Okay, cool.
So 2 weeks ago, he sat in front of the U.S. Senate committee and refused to answer a single question. Now, over 100 times he said the same sentence. And last week, that committee voted to hold him in contempt as well. And yesterday they
He wouldn't
started.
answer any questions.
He just wouldn't answer the
Yeah,
question.
because their point is you have a pardon.
So
Yeah.
he's been found in contempt of court.
So for not answering those questions.
Oh, so he's not in court. This is Congress.
This
It's
Yeah, but
Congress.
that-
It's
but
not court. It's not a trial. It's nothing like that.
This is just
The
Congress.
result
Congress.
of him being held in contempt, though, is that then it goes to court. Do you understand? So if he gets found that the hearing will be that he is found to be in contempt, then he's breaking the law. Because he in a
Okay.
Congress hearing, if the theory, because the way it stands is that if you have a pardon,
Yeah.
your rights are there's like a certain terming of like once you have a pardon, your rights are foregoed because you have that pardon. So, for
Yeah.
example, you can't say the Fifth Amendment.
He can't
for
plead the
example.
fifth. So if you're pardoned, you can't plead the fifth.
For anything. So there is a saying of like, I'll figure it out. Why you don't talk? I'll figure it out.
But yeah, continue anyway.
Hold on.
Because
So-
if he's pardoned as well, I wouldn't even speak. Why not even chat to him if he's pardoned? Then?
Well, they've called him in. They've called him in to say
Yeah, anyway,
we've got a few
that's
questions
the point.
here. We've got some things that are questionable. And the one thing that I think to get clear for everyone's clarity is it's not a trial. He's not being.
It's a congressional
sentenced.
hearing
It's a
sort of thing,
congressional
yeah.
hearing. He has to answer some questions. I don't know if you've ever seen like Mark Zuckerberg go on it.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
the
I've seen
Twitter
that man
bosses
go
go
on
on it,
there, yeah,
and they
yeah.
basically just grill you and be like,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
we have them here
Tell
as
us,
well, yeah.
tell us what you were doing here and why you did that.
And he's basically didn't
He's
answer
saying,
anything.
I plead the fifth.
I see a
plead the
clip
fifth.
here where he was basically like, "You man ask me anything. Like I'm an open door. I'm an open book. Like I can substantiate everything I've said." So so you're telling me he's turned up now?
He's turned up and sat
And
in the
he's
seat
just not
and he's
answering
saying,
questions.
I'm not on it. No, he said, I'm
I
not on
wonder
it.
who he's trying to protect.
Well, I mean that's a interesting conversation.
Because I always just feel
a lot
these
of people
man are
made
patsies.
money. A lot of people made money in COVID, didn't it?
Yeah.
So you got to think certain things that he was recommending were obviously to. If in a global pandemic, someone's like, "Yo, everyone needs to get a vaccine. Everyone needs to get a mask." Guess who's going to make a shit ton of money?
Yeah.
Vaccine manufacturers, mask manufacturers, all this kind of stuff.
It was the same thing here.
But
Yeah,
think
the
about that.
PPE contracts in there, man.
If you know that ahead of time, just think about how much money they
Yeah,
make.
crazy.
Right,
This is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
multi-trillion.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, yeah.
It's like you're basically think about the hundreds of millions of people that had to follow these rules. It's like the money on the other side.
You were printing money, and also, like I said, similar to here. Because I'm always going to relate it to here because that's what I did actually
what you
follow.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like they would give out contracts.
Yeah.
The government would give these
contracts out.
these companies that were literally set up 10 weeks ago to produce PPE.
Yeah.
They would have given them contracts and that. So this is what this Fauci Don was on.
So he's on there. Now, another key fact. So Boris already mentioned it. So Biden gave him a preemptive pardon, right? So this pardon is important, was only covering from the 1st of January 2014 to the 19th of January 2025.
2014.
Interesting you asked like that.
COVID was 2020 now. Or 2019 kind of.
So
2019.
what was he
Interesting.
doing for the 6 years? 2019? So the 5
So
years,
he's been
6
given
years.
a pardon. Does it tell you what the pardon was for?
I can
No,
find out.
no, that's not. The pardon is given for a period of time, so you cannot be held accountable for anything. It's
In
just
that
in those
period of
10
time.
years you are pardoned. The only other person in
That's
history,
mental, by the
the
way.
only other person in history
Yeah.
that's been given a preemptive pardon.
Yeah.
Only what happened one other time, and want to guess who it was?
I'll say Trump maybe, but no.
Nah. If you're talking, I reckon it's before.
What was
No,
it?
put it like this. It was
Previous
also
president?
done by Biden.
Oh,
Oh.
was it
He's-
like one of them
was it his
tech
son?
man?
Yeah.
He was his son, wasn't he? Yeah.
The only other person that's ever had it, bro. It's saying,
What does his son do?
bro, his son.
His son is a
mad
madman.
bro.
Wait, do you know why? Do you know when you realize his son's a madman? He did a Vlad TV interview the other day. Do you know
I know
Vlad TV?
I saw Vlad TV was the first thing I ever watched on YouTube.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
And his
that's
son,
dumb, but he's
Joe
done about years.
Biden's son, did a whole interview with Vlad
He's
TV.
done a lot. Hunter Biden's an interesting guy, but anyway, the two people that have had it is him and this guy. And what you asked 2014, I don't know if you're going to cover this, but do you know what started in 2014?
No, go for it.
Funding for the gain of function research lab, the Wuhan lab in China. So where coronavirus ended up coming from, proven now, not bats, is from this lab that Mr. Fauci was funding. So when he was at the head of the World Health or leading, the response to infectious diseases publicly, he was saying to people that we don't know the
cause.
origination of the virus, but privately in his personal diary and when he was having internal discussions, he knew that it did not come from animal natural
So,
causes.
do we reckon these men basically created this virus?
No, but it's not. No, hold on. It's not. Let's just
Let's not- yeah,
ground
we-
ourselves in one
yeah,
thing. It's
let's
not
start.
about what we reckon.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
There's
what
facts.
happened for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely has a library in Wuhan called the Wuhan Coronavirus MR.
He's got a
Center.
gaff. Yeah,
got a
that's
place.
So
his
all
shit.
I'm saying is, if we just apply very simple detective work here, if a virus appears from a place called Wuhan, it's called coronavirus, and there is a laboratory which is studying gain-of-function research, which is how do you make infectious diseases a bit more infectious so they can use them in things like warfare and different areas like that. If that's what they're studying, and then all of a sudden this virus comes out of that place called coronavirus, it's not mathematical work we have to do here to derive where it most likely came from, which is the place that was studying infectious diseases, where coronavirus is one of them.
Okay,
so
understood.
so what's happened is that the issue here is the deceit from the fact that he played it like, no, never could have happened, when reality is that it's very clear that that's what happened.
And you're saying he made up this whole, or somebody made up this whole bats thing,
Bro,
Because I
have
thought
to
it
remember,
came from bats.
Like these all things that were kind of thrown out there when it all started, right? I remember first hearing about it, and it was like, oh, there's a virus in China. People are eating bats. Someone
Yeah.
ate a bat
Imagine that.
in a what was it, a meat market, whatever they call it.
Them man be eating mad shit anyway.
Yeah, and
But
and guess
Trump
what?
called it the Chinese virus or something.
Yeah, he
Chinese,
calls it Kung
China.
Flu. Kung Flu. What does he call it? Kung Flu. That's what he calls it.
Wow.
Like, Trump
Not
was
crazy.
a madman, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. So that was the theory. But in real life, Fauci sat there knowing that there's a lab that's actively researching and
Yeah.
producing viruses
Yeah.
that are more dangerous. And there's obviously been a leak, and obviously there's a bit of a story, and I'll find it as well, where they've actually traced it back to who the person could have been to have
you-
initially got the virus.
Do you man think? I look at this guy. I'm looking at his eyes. Yeah.
Don't look at his eyes,
And
bro.
I don't know where you're going to take this. I don't know what else you're going to bring up here. But do you think he's an evil man? Like, because, and here's my broader question that I want to overarch this whole thing, is actually, and the rest, because I don't even, I know everything that's happened, everything that's occurred, isn't him. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not him.
He's not
He's
him.
the patsy. He's the face of it.
He's the face
one
of it.
that's
He's the
here.
head. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, of course. All right, yeah, don't worry, man. You'll never go to prison. Like, we'll give you a pardon and all that shit. I look at this boy in his eyes, yeah. I'm just thinking, he's not on piss, bruv. He's not on piss. He's not on piss.
But then there's
I guess,
gotta be-
listen, we all make decisions in
There's
life.
got
You
to
have
be, and this is speculation, but there's got to be a part of that person who's doing that. Because again, you've got this news. Let's just say he got a phone call midnight.
Yeah.
Mr. Fauci, we think it's leaked.
Yeah.
And he's gone, shit. He's obviously called someone, but there's got to be a part of you, okay, what do we say and what do we do? Now, this
Yeah.
is a wider global thing.
So do we think
is
it wasn't
actually
intentional
Right.
to leak it? It wasn't
Is it-
intentional.
No, it
Right.
just said someone had it and
Someone
they left
had
the
it and
virus.
they left
Oh,
it
so
in the lab.
someone broke some protocol.
Yeah, it probably wasn't intentional. He didn't wash his hand properly.
Oh, so in order to cover up, they've come up with all this madness. I understand.
And then also the bigger picture is, do you know how many people was obviously shut down? People were when they're saying these things, actually that doesn't make sense that someone ate a bat and then we've got this virus.
Yeah. Now we're here. Like
This is probably likely that there's that building over there. That,
So like, I know what they do over there, but like,
right.
Surely.
And people were actually at that time are shut down. So
This guy's a dirty pig, you know.
Go on.
he started. So what?
This guy's a dirty
What
pig.
did Fauci say that critics consider inconsistent? And he said NIH, the National Infectious, blah, 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 did not fund gain-of-function research. In May 2021, Fauci testified before Congress and strongly rejected the claim that NIH funded gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The dispute revolves around what exactly counts as gain of function. So he argued before Congress that what you guys are saying is gain of function is something being more, we look at it differently, so therefore it's not
that,
what you're saying what it is.
Okay, yeah.
So
Some
the
technicality,
eco-health research involved collecting bat coronaviruses, creating, how do you say that?
Chimeric.
Viruses to investigate their ability to infect human cells in mice. Critics therefore say, you must have a technical definition under which this wasn't gain of function, but functionally, you were funding experiments that altered viruses and tested whether they could infect mammals. So the point is, his defense, even in that, is so slimy. He's not saying, no, we didn't do this. He's saying, well, what you're describing as gain of function isn't technically what we were doing. But they were looking at how to make viruses more infectious in that state.
CRISPR is from gain of function, right?
No. It's
No,
different.
No,
I
that's
swear I
different.
heard something.
That's gene modeling.
that's gene modeling. Gain of function is literally what it says. It just involves. I'll
Think
read
what
the
it says,
definition.
gain of function. So it's
Genetic-
gaining an additional function.
Yeah, genetically modifying organisms to enhance or add new biological functions,
CRISPR then.
helping scientists
It is,
study.
bruv. It's
Listen to
gene
the.
editing like CRISPR, bruv. That's what you. Because I swear I heard you man say gain of function before. That's why I just
maybe.
No,
googled it.
they might be using CRISPR to do it, but
To do
what
gain of
gain of
function.
function research is different to what CRISPR
Okay.
is.
Yeah, 100%. So listen. So this is it. So again, there's a part here where it's, the question is not did Fauci make COVID. It's actually did he privately take the lab theory more seriously than he let onto the public? One,
Because he funds it.
because this is about, and did the fact that US money was in the building to affect that as well.
Correct.
So
So
this
the US
is it.
looks liable for causing this global pandemic.
Right.
If Fauci admits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
So
he
they
has to be
would've-
like, it could be
yeah.
a lab, whereas he knows where it came from.
But that's
bro.
what I'm saying. That's what doesn't surprise me. It's like this guy's just a patsy at the end of the day. That's what I think.
Bro, he was. You know what's
And that's why
crazy?
he's just sat there pleading the fifth.
As an 85-year-old man, bro, you say that, right? As
Mm.
an 85-year-old man, 80 at the time, he was writing a personal diary to himself, okay, where he was saying things like, met Julia Roberts today, she thought I was so cool. Like, it was all the, like, when you read the
He's moist.
It's not even that he's moist.
Doesn't make him a
bro.
criminal.
It's not that he's moist. It's that he is using this opportunity. Like, he was in front of like men's health and like weird little things like that. Where he's like, he was using it as an opportunity to bolster his personal brand.
Yeah.
And really, he did that at the expense of day-to-day people. That, for example, because of things like the 6 foot law, having to isolate if you're ill, stuff like that. Things that he created. People couldn't go to weddings, couldn't be at the deathbeds of loved ones, saw their grandparents
Yeah,
pass
but everyone done that across the world, though.
But
But
he
you're
said-
saying he works for the
He
World
set-
Health
he set the
Organization.
rules.
He made the 6 foot rule, bro. That was
What,
him
so-
that was saying it globally.
Right, cool.
What the response to COVID
So you
was.
said, did you say, or someone you said, he works for who? Yeah, so World Health Organization.
No.
No.
You read it already at the top.
His role is, let me go back to it.
Because I don't want. Let's not dispute science here.
What are you disputing?
Because you lot are saying he created the 6 foot rule, yeah, the 6 meter thing.
The 6 meter thing, but
But
this,
is it
this
just
is
because he
all-
did it in America? Why did fucking South
yeah,
Africa have to do it?
because who
You're saying he
Well,
works
that's
for
how
who?
it
That's what I'm
works,
saying.
bro, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm trying to say. So he works for.
I don't think he works directly for who,
But
but
he
it's
works
like
in. So
who-
he would have given who that guidance that we all
Yeah,
followed.
guys,
That's what I'm
this
trying
is
to say.
what we do.
But
He was the guy that was
point
saying
I'm
trust
trying to
the
make,
science and that,
right?
bro.
But the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, the fundamental point I'm trying to make is, if there is a virus going around being spread, someone coming up with an idea to make sure people don't That's not the maddest thing you've heard in your life,
But
is
also, these things. I think there's a part of that. For example, I don't know. Maybe not so much the 6 foot rule, but the mask and stuff. The PPE.
Yeah, but even the mask.
But there was a lot of that stuff that. There was a thing I saw where it was matching numbers between countries, right? I think it was. I need to find it. I think it was Sweden that didn't go into lockdown. The country that
there was better than Scandinavia didn't do a lockdown.
Didn't do a lockdown.
Yeah.
Their rate of infection were the same. We had higher rates of infection than Sweden that didn't go in lockdown. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
None of us were going outside. Like, all right, the majority of people. Let's just say no one was going outside. The majority of people weren't going outside.
Dr. Anthony Fauci served as the director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases (NIAID) and was the primary public health advisor to the White House during the COVID-19 pandemic. He communicated scientific guidance to the public. Important. Helped shape federal mitigation strategies and coordinated vaccine and treatment research before retiring in December 2020.
Yeah, but that's also important. Several mitigation strategies. Because I understand, I actually get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah? And I'm not disputing it. Like, I didn't get my mum died, I didn't get to see her. So don't get. I understand, but if there's a virus, and you need to try and contain this virus, someone coming up with an idea of maybe you all shouldn't get too close or you should wear masks. When masks came out, I wasn't under the illusion that this mask is going to stop anything. What I did understand and what that just said is that it is to mitigate the spread. All right, you can probably still wear a mask and catch COVID. The point is, put on the mask and there's that little bit of percentile of a chance that you might not spread it. It's just a mitigation. But you can have car insurance, you still might crash your car.
But I think the point they're making here is there was no evidence to be.
There's no science.
There's no science behind his recommendations.
Why 6?
So why do people wear masks
6,
then?
not 7, not 8, for example? And then it's like there was a point as well. I don't know if you remember. There was a point where it went from there's 6 meters or whatever apart, 6 foot apart.
No, the 6 of you can chill.
yeah. 7 you can sit in the garden. Six at a time.
Factually speaking, right? He said, "If trust the science. If anyone questions me on what we need to do,
He will come up.
And the point being now, people are just asking him, why did you implement the 6 foot rule?
Yeah.
And he is basically just avoiding to answer that
But
question.
why doesn't he go? Because it's probably a good idea if people don't get too close to each other.
Because he doesn't want to incriminate.
Because that's not good enough for his. Bro,
Why is that not good enough?
Dan, 1 second.
That makes sense, bro.
This guy, his role is to make sure that he is aligned with the science that will give the best recommendations to the public. Okay?
Yeah.
Him making up a rule that isn't backed by science and just putting it into that affects millions of people and adversely affects some people is not a good. That's not responsible.
Get me the data and say that's not backed by science. Because
he said it.
Physics, but physics tells me, if I don't go too close to a man that's ill, that's me mitigating my chances of getting ill.
But how close
I don't know why
is
we're
too close?
blaming him
No,
specifically.
but also
for that.
you got to remember. Hold on, there's something. How far does a sneeze travel?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You man Google it, tell me. And also, why do people wear
No, 'cause
masks?
I know
If you man
this
is
is
sitting
gonna
right
be-
now telling me masks are useless,
So a
why
sneeze,
do we wear them?
listen, a sneeze can travel up to 8 meters. So 6 feet is not going to make a difference, is it?
All right, cool. But
Here we go.
there's attenuation. Like during those 8 meters, it's going to lose some bits. No, but it is though. It's not going to travel at the same potency for 8 meters, or is it?
Okay, but is 6 feet going to make that much difference?
I don't know.
Well,
You know what I'm
listen
saying?
to what he said.
Go
So
on.
during previous congressional questioning in 2024, Fauci was asked where the 6 foot distancing rule came from.
Yeah.
His answer was essentially that he didn't remember a specific scientific discussion established 6 feet and said the rule just sort of appeared. When you are the leader, the main advisor of the medical division to advise to the White House, and that is your response, that's the reason those kind of positions get dismissed. That's not good enough, bro.
Yeah, you'd hope there was a.
There has to be a bro. You're saying
But would you
can't be together.
would you be happy with the answer of it's just like physics? Would you not be happy with the answer?
No, because
No,
you
this
need,
is-
bro.
no,
if
you want
you're
more.
you're doing this on a global
Because
scale,
physics
Dan.
is just don't see anyone at all during that period. Everyone stay at home, and that's not good for people.
That's not
bro.
good for people.
It's a macro.
No,
good.
I know, but the point I'm trying to make is that if there's a virus, and I do want to go back to, I want to go back because I don't think this guy's innocent. I just think we're trying to beat him with the wrong stick. I don't think him making us wear masks or social distance is like.
But beyond that, like
That makes sense to me. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Like, for example, you go get surgery now, You're basically saying the don that does your surgery putting on a mask is futile. You're basically saying it's pointless.
No, but you're talking about surgery, and you're talking about
in
things
close
dropping
contact,
in.
yeah.
Whereas this is an infectious disease. It's different. That's open
the same
wounds.
shit.
No, but that's open. That's open cuts to the inside of your body, and you're talking about virality and infectious
But
diseases.
that's how
It's
viral.
different.
That's how it spreads, though. It
But
gets
even
into your body.
germs, though, like it's
The
more
germs
like
will
if
come
your
out,
hair goes in an open wound or something like that. That's
Yeah.
a big part of why they wear it.
I don't know. I think we're beating it with all the stick.
Well, what stick would you beat him with?
Like, it's in. I want to know how this fucking thing came to part. If you're telling me you're financing this fucking thing and then all of a sudden it's leaked out and then you're claiming that you don't even understand where this thing came from and or blaming bats, I want to talk about that. But you might have trying to beat him with a social distance.
imagine
it
the
makes sense to me.
That's
though.
part of it, though. This part of the whole thing, though. This is not just. It's
Yeah,
not
There's
just him.
costs of social distancing, though,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Like you
No,
talked
but
about yours.
we did
but,
it here.
What do you mean?
but we would have followed.
We would have followed his guidance.
But I'm saying, like, no banter. Yeah, I know. So you might think social distancing doesn't make sense.
I think it didn't make sense. The way they did it here was crazy. Like not being able to go to sit and eat in an outdoor restaurant is
Yeah,
crazy.
it doesn't make
bro.
sense.
How can you not go outside and eat?
We've got to remember there was
How
a
come you
period.
couldn't- you couldn't
There was a
go-
period you couldn't go out unless you're
Bro,
going
they
to
were
pick
stopping
up shopping.
people
Alright,
driving
cool.
outside.
All right, let's turn into the mandem, yeah?
Yeah.
So we've got a like, widespread viral disease that's travelling throughout the country and dumping people off, yeah?
It's not dumping.
It's
anyone.
not dumping own off, by the way.
That's the
So it
point.
didn't kill
That's the
anybody.
point.
COVID, you might have
Bro,
saying COVID.
you
I'm
know,
saying
have you
it.
ever looked at the comorbidities of COVID associated with
Yeah,
COVID?
no, I'm not saying COVID specifically killed
COVID
people.
purely was
I reckon
brutal.
It,
like-
yeah, but because it's just a flu at the end of the
Yeah.
day. But I'm saying some people, obviously, some. Like, for example, people who are obese would have been more likely to die from COVID, or people with respiratory diseases are more likely to die from COVID. Correct? We can
Correct.
agree on that,
Yeah.
right? So, we're the government, yeah? We've got this thing where we have to protect vulnerable people.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you do?
But do you know? So I know someone personally who worked in the NHS
Yeah.
quite closely with
Yeah.
doctors who were signing death certificates at the
Yeah.
time of obviously COVID,
Yeah.
and the rule was, if someone dies,
Yeah.
no matter what they died of, if they had COVID, it goes down as a
So that's
COVID death.
Yeah. Fuck.
That was passed from the
No,
government.
but was it? No. Was it died because of COVID or died with COVID?
No, but it
The
was
root
the
cause of
number
death.
was attributed to the number that we
Yeah.
were seeing every day on the screen that
Yeah, yeah.
people have died of COVID.
Right.
Yeah,
It
so
didn't
they
matter.
had- so they died of something else, but they had COVID.
So it doesn't actually. So the number of people that actually died of COVID was so small.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when you look at
They
people that
marked up.
died with COVID,
Yeah.
but they were putting into that
And
number
they were using those volumes to make
to
decisions
make the
about
number.
social
Yeah.
distancing.
So every
and-
day you're seeing,
Okay,
and
I
this is what I'm saying.
understand.
So every day we're seeing, okay, there's no one going outside, no one's seen anyone. Or let's just say the majority of people aren't seeing any other people.
Yeah.
But every day this disease keeps increasing and killing more and more
Right,
people.
So we agreed it was overkill. It was overkill. We're saying you didn't just say no one died because of COVID. You're saying the numbers were hugely inflated.
Hugely inflated.
So we're saying
yeah.
it was overkill then.
It was overkill, but is that the right thing to do? Is that the right thing to do?
What's the word? Mass.
We're
Yeah,
government.
that's
We're
it.
government. Are we telling everyone? We tell everyone don't go outside, don't see anyone.
Yeah.
But everyone's dying.
So basically, they made decisions as if like 8 in 10 people are dying of COVID, and really it was less than 1 in 10 people dying of COVID, and bad people were going down have died with COVID, or it was the secondary reason that they died.
sorry.
And then they used that and used the numbers of people dying.
The instruction to say whoever's died with COVID or of COVID, put it in the same batch
Yeah, that's
came
what I'm
from
saying.
government. So they knew that these numbers were inflated.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not,
so that's what I'm
they're
saying.
not
So
making
they
decisions
never used
based
the
off these
overkill.
numbers.
So okay, cool. So the question remains though: there is killer disease going around. What would you do?
In what?
Like,
Let me
so
say, okay, let me say
what
this.
would you do? I'm asking you, what would you do?
answer. What I wouldn't do.
Yeah,
no,
there we go. No, it's try that.
Okay,
Start there.
go,
Start
go,
there.
go,
Start
go,
there.
go,
Let
yeah,
me bring
go,
up.
go, go.
What I wouldn't do is mandate and limit people from traveling or doing certain things because they didn't take an unproven vaccine.
The vaccine came later. Let's stay here for the measures though.
What do you mean the measures?
Like the social distance, because this is the first thing the social distancing, the masks and that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what would you do differently? I don't.
No, I think the only thing, like you
Herd-
said, I
what's
don't
it,
think
herd-
herd immunity.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have.
Yeah, everyone got
because I saw other countries that were doing it, like you said, Sweden at the time, and
Bro.
other countries. Like,
Because
that's how they
Sweden
do
were
it.
probably being sensible about it. Like, I actually agree with you. It probably was overkill.
No, they weren't just trying to make money from it. Bro.
No,
But
I
put it
don't
like
think
this: they knew that for mRNA, Dr. Robert Malone, the most researched doctor on mRNA vaccination in the world, when coronavirus came out, they knew that the cure to deal with coronavirus is ivermectin. It's the most effective way to deal with coronavirus. A very high efficacy rate,
Yeah.
right? But ivermectin, there's no money in ivermectin.
Yes.
Yeah,
So what
it's
they
just
did,
like
what they
fucking-
did, in order for it to, they manipulated certain research studies in order to basically need like a special approval from the government where they could pass these emergency vaccines where if something happened, because it was a special approval vaccine, it didn't need to go through the same testing
Yeah, I've
as
seen
normal
that- I've seen
vaccinations,
that
right?
podcast,
So
yeah.
what happened is that, therefore, these lot were just like, okay, cool, we know that ivermectin can help with this. And when Joe Rogan got it, because he had his private doctor,
Yeah,
they just told him to take
yeah.
ivermectin.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
these are on the news, who changed the colour of his face, saying he
Make him
took
look
horse
sick.
tranquilizer, like all this weird stuff, right? And this guy on the inside is the specialist head advisor during the pandemic to the thing. He's saying to people, what we need to do is not talking about ivermectin, not talking about things to do. He's like, we need to create. How can a community of people, which is what we are, how can it ever be good for the community of people to be separated long term? It wasn't like he said, "Yo, don't be together for 2 weeks." This was like we had like a 2-year period.
It was 2-year period of
We're in
indefinite.
not being-
lockdown for
So,
how many
so
months?
bro,
Yeah.
that's
Great time.
Let me
I had
tell
a
you
great
about.
time in
Let's talk
lockdown.
about the real consequences of lockdown, right? Because our personal experiences can mar what the reality was for a lot of people. I was very fortunate in lockdown. I just bought my house. I just got a job where I was working from home all the time. It was banging. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed lockdown, but it wasn't like that for everyone.
Not
bro.
for everyone.
There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of research coming out right now because of the masks. Obviously, when you're a kid and you're learning how to speak, a lot of your learning happens from observation of others. So you're having kids growing up with, first of all, learning difficulties when it comes to communication, which is harsh, bro. You've got a whole generation of kids that were meant to go to university for those 2 years, did not have the university experience, sat in their room. Bro, think about when you think back to uni.
Yeah.
You don't know each other through uni. Your
Fact.
life, so much of your life came from your uni experience. They're robbed of that. You've got kids that are going to primary school, never met their schoolmates. That's crazy, bro. This isn't about like us and our ability that we had a good one. This is serious consequences on people with no scientific research behind it. And what makes it worse, really what makes it worse, is that all the texts that have been released around what he privately thought versus what he was saying out loud. So this is a good example, right? The messages concerned discussions in early 2021 about COVID vaccination during pregnancy. So he was texting from a government phone other government officials. According to the reports and newly released messages, Fauci warned officials about risks from immune responses, including fever and inflammatory responses, like we've spoken before about, Dan, particularly during the first trimester of pregnancy as an example. At the first time, he noted that no safety signal had appeared among more than 10,000 vaccinated pregnant women at this point. This raises a much more nuanced question then. Were vaccines safe or dangerous? The more interesting question is, how much uncertainty did senior officials know existed at the time, and how accurately was the uncertainty communicated to the public? That's the problem. It's the fact that privately, especially as you read the text, right, you will see the things you're saying is that he was saying, especially in first trimester, there's a massive risk taking the vaccination. But he still gave it to 10,000.
And did they not say that? They didn't
No,
say
no.
that.
He said that in his private diary to texts, but publicly he was saying perfectly safe for everyone.
Did pregnant women take the vaccine?
Well, even in that test that he did 10,000.
You got to remember, when the vaccine phase, there's so many things that happened when the vaccine was about to get rolled out that was completely the opposite of what
Initially
they said would
started
happen.
yes, and then they stopped it.
Right. So there's things like I remember the first question that I had and a lot of people had was, if I take the vaccine, will I get COVID?
Yeah.
And
Oh
what
my
was
God.
the initial? And I remember watching Boris Johnson on TV say, if you take the vaccine, you will not contract.
You're saving a life. No, they would use language like this.
Yeah, yeah,
You
use-
take them,
save
you
a-
save someone's life.
Someone's
They
life,
made you
yeah.
feel like that, right? The reality is, none of the research, zero of the research around the Robert Malone is the number one person you don't should watch. He's been on Joe Rogan a number of times. He is the most publicized author on mRNA vaccines in history. He invented them, and he's got about 20 patents. It's his thing, right? And he talks about the fact that. So what did you just say?
Did pregnant women?
No.
Yeah.
What did you say a second ago? Oh my god, it literally just left my head what I was going to say. But he was basically just talking about the fact that. Oh fuck! I really forgot.
We talk about pregnant women. Did
Pregnant
pregnant women
women,
take it?
yeah.
And you said.
Robert Malone, most research, and I said, and I was talking about the fact that they said it would work and it wouldn't work.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's what it
And
said.
it didn't work.
You wouldn't get it.
Thank
You wouldn't get it.
None of the research by this guy, he always says from the beginning, it does not stop transmission. So you taking the vaccine will not stop transmission. What it does is it puts spike proteins in your body, which have known to impact things like hearts and other parts of your body, blood clots and stuff. And those spike proteins basically give you the virus before you get the virus. So what it basically creates is, you know, the herd immunity you'd get if you just got the virus and you could just then deal with it. It's giving you the virus, so you know you're going to have it, you're going to feel bad for a day, but then you're going to build the immunity to it. So
that is what a vaccine is, though.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, but there are some vaccines which you can go on to, and I say to the lawyer that was talking about this, where some vaccines, I think there's like 3 or 4 of them that stop transmission.
Yeah.
So but what they did is to get around that, they used the special emergency clause for we need something.
Because they were trying to move quickly.
Correct.
And then also, obviously, you remember, obviously, initially it was take one vaccine. Then it was, you're going to need a booster.
Take a booster.
And you know what the reason? Germany, someone the other day said they've had 7 vaccines. And do you know what the reason why?
Right.
It's the efficacy or how long it lasts in your body is only 6 weeks.
Can we just be clear on something here, though?
Go
Yeah? And it's my original point around Fauci. Yeah? I don't think it's him. I think there's.
He lied.
But he's the
Listen,
head.
And listen, granted,
he's saying in his
but
diary
listen, I
and
watch enough CIA rogue, to know he's probably gonna lie. He's probably gonna do some shit that don't make sense, But when they've got a bullet to your kid's head or some shit, or some other blackmail, you're gonna do some shit, right? I genuinely, I don't believe he's the mastermind of all this. Is what I'm trying to say.
So what you think he's okay? Let's just go to his personal text and
no. But Grant, you're gonna show me shit that he's done some bandulu shit. I'm not saying. I'm saying I don't think he is the mastermind.
I hear
and
what
the
you're
second
saying.
thing I want to clear up, is we're saying essentially this is a ploy for a lot of powerful people to gain more power, but mostly make a lot of money.
I think there is that, but I think there's there's a control aspect as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
power, control, and money.
Yeah.
We're saying that is the
100%.
So
I think so.
You're not sat here disputing a vaccine, for example.
I'm not disputing a vaccine. No.
Yeah, or the uses of vaccines.
I'm not
and shit
disputing
like
the
that.
use of
Okay,
vaccines
cool,
at all.
cool.
No,
Stay
listen.
friends.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm not here going. Don't take vaccination.
Because even the guy you sent me, the guy you're talking about, he doesn't. He's not even saying that either.
No.
Okay,
None
cool.
of us
I
here are
just wanna
saying.
be
Well,
clear that
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying.
sat with
as a
some
result of
tinfoil
this,
hats. Like
what you are seeing though is good. I saw today, like literally today, there was America changed because you know their kids, their infant in vaccinations, they had 72. Right?
72?
72. And Trump today passed that it goes to 11.
Well, how many do we have? Because my son just said.
We get 6 in one.
no, we don't have that many in this country.
We
had
have
6.
we have way less than it.
Yeah,
We
Yeah,
have like
America
8.
got bare. Yeah.
So, like,
that's
they
what the
had
birth on that
72
podcast.
though.
Yeah.
So what, a kid in America has to have
No,
72 vaccines?
No, up until they're 16 or something.
I think it's
or
like
something.
11.
It's
Yeah,
up,
but that's
or
a
up to
lot,
11.
bro.
They have
That's a
like
lot of
72
vaccines, Dan,
vaccines.
bro.
in it.
That's a lot of
But
vaccines,
that doesn't
bro.
surprise me, bro. This is what I'm trying to say.
Dan,
These
no
men
one
are out
needs
here
that,
to
bro.
make money, bro.
Yeah, but
Like you're
exactly.
saying, that's
Yeah.
But when it's positioned as this is the right thing to do, and then this guy's saying trust the science, and then he's not using science to validate what he's recommending, that's severely flawed. Then on top of that, you layer over that he's been given a 10-year pardon. Why wouldn't someone speak if they have a 10-year pardon? It's because he's worried because the pardon covers that time period. But if he says something now that someone can basically say was resulted or happened after the time it expired, because now it's that time of 2026 expired in 2025. If he said something now in that court that people can leverage against him, he's finished, bro.
Yeah.
He's finished.
That's probably why he's got there. That's what he's
So
probably why
he's just
got
like plead the fifth.
Do you think he was even moving madder in those years because he knew he was pardoned? He knew his charge.
Probably.
He said, "I'm gonna do whatever I say and whatever I do.
But
it doesn't
he's
really matter."
shrouded by them dark coats in the corners.
Yeah,
the
that's what he's
microphones.
saying. All right, I'm good. Like whatever happens, whatever I say is gonna go down, and I'm good for it.
Yeah, Sweden did choose the herd immunity strategy.
tree.
They didn't debunk. They're just saying it was the logic around sustainability of masks and that in fact you could have to use them for years and not weeks. Whereas herd immunity was probably a better way of doing things.
But I think my point in that argument is, how can we as a country here, let's just use the UK, have gone into a lockdown for a number of months, and Sweden hadn't gone into a lockdown, have higher rates of infection every day, week, month, compared to a country that's just carrying on and doing normal stuff.
Yeah, and do you
It
know what?
means
as well?
it
This
doesn't
make-
mean that it doesn't mean the virus wasn't a real thing. It means yes, there is a virus going around, but the measures that we were implementing over here, and what was the way people were affected in this country and other countries around the world was way too extreme.
Do you know what? And why is a question to probably debate, yeah. But everything we did here was legally enforced and policed. Yeah, which is obviously another problem. You're literally taking away on people's freedoms to even just go out.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
everything in
CCP,
Sweden,
though, that's
everything in Sweden was around like advice, and the general thing is that in Sweden there's a level of
Autonomy.
yeah, but their cultures are different. You know, Scandinavian cultures are just different.
Yeah, they're just free,
You know, their
innit?
prisons are
Yeah,
nicer
yeah.
and their
Have you seen their
healthcare
prison
is nicer.
system?
That's what I'm saying.
The prison system, unreal.
They're culturally so. Like you just said, it's like no one's disputing the virus, but Sweden just went, listen, we're all sensible human beings here.
Yeah.
We should probably social distance and all that sort of shit.
But we don't need to shut
It was
down.
all advisory. It was advisory and cultural. Yeah.
Right.
Whereas here in the UK, it was legal and policed.
Yeah, but
and
John, can we-
repeatedly changed by the
Yeah,
way.
but can we also just say that if you were just given two options of forget the labels of where it is, but you were given what's the descriptive words used?
What for Sweden?
Cultural and
Culture
what?
and
Advisory and cultural.
Advisory and cultural. Would you pick to live in an advisory and cultural society, or would you like to be
It
in a
depends
police,
where.
constantly changing environment?
Yeah,
No,
in
I'm saying-
Scandinavia, yeah. I would rather
If
live
you
in that
just,
environment.
I'm
yeah.
saying if those are the two pathways, and you say what society would I like to live in, I wouldn't pick the policed and constantly changing one,
Yeah.
because they're moving the rules and moving goalposts and then enforcing it. It's crazy, bro. I remember one time you couldn't go out after a certain time, innit? And
Yeah.
I was driving somewhere, yeah. And we're at the traffic light. So imagine me and a car, 2 lanes, but you know in front, the ones in front where it goes to 1 lane, one of those
Yeah.
roads, yeah. So you wouldn't know, you don't drive.
Man just took a bullet.
Because he was saying, he was looking at me too much like he knew. He was too
I
convincing.
know
that he
what
knew.
a road looks like, bro.
So anyway, what's happened is that as we're going, at the end here, there's bare fed cars on the side. They're just chilling. So no, sometimes they said to see if people are speeding, whatever. As we started going, they get on the road and they start waving down like this.
Yeah, get over here.
So getting everyone to the side of the road. Yeah. The only car they asked to stop was the first car that went in front of me. And imagine they stopped me, right? And something might happen. They said, why are you outside? Whatever, yeah. I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm just outside by myself in my car.
Yeah,
And
true.
they're policing what I think the reason that probably they allowed me is because of that. But because he was with someone in the car. But like the reality is because they'll be like, you have to be from the same household or you can see each other outside for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, do you understand that? All right, cool. Now we understand that in the background, the people that were really leading the response didn't necessarily believe what they were saying. So then you can zoom out and put a tinfoil hat on for sure and go, well, what if that was like a dry run for a bigger scenario? So, like, could we get people to move in a certain way if we need them to do it? And I think what they basically test has shown is they can.
Yeah.
If we just get some guy, this guy, bro, he's 8-year-old, he's finished, forget this guy, what happened? He's going to go to prison, well done. Like, the reality is he's made his bread, he's done what he's needed to do. We're going to now blame him, he's a dick. Cool, he's the patsy, whatever you said, right? The reality is, though, those people who passed away in that period, missed key moments of life in that period, those children that were affected, but you've got special needs kids that basically they don't like change, yeah? This is another good example. So they don't want their masks to be changed, innit? And some of the masks and stuff were so... But if you saw it, you feel like you would deep and look at the response in a different way
Yeah,
if
100%.
that was your experience, right? And for these people to just be like, now in a position where like, well, you know, he's like, well, you know, he just said 6 feet. You know, isn't he right, kind of?
Yeah.
It's like, but hold on. If that's what we think and we agree that's right as humans, that should be our autonomous decision to be like, hey, because of this virus, I'm probably going to keep distance. What shouldn't happen is that someone mandates it for you and then polices it over you. That's wrong.
Yeah, I think what's been demonstrated is that they can create chaos and control.
And
I think
even
that's
easy.
clear. That's clear.
and to
And they
go
can
into,
make money like that.
like
Yeah.
that,
Money's
and to
fake,
go
it's
into like,
Wait,
and
they can say petrol prices going up. Everyone goes petrol stations. in
Bro.
They can say there's a shortage of toilet.
Remember toilet-
toilet roll.
It just goes to show
How did it go?
chaotic the
How
human, the human is. Yeah, it's
what?
mental.
This is a very good question. Why did toilet roll become the number one most wanted thing in the in the world?
Nervous people, bro. People were stocking up yards in it. I worked with
No,
a guy that
but
was
why?
building a bunker,
Why,
bro.
bro? I can understand if tuna's gone, bro. I can understand if essentials are gone, bro. But people were fighting over with toilet roll.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember
but this
one
is
time
where
I
you
went
go
to
like,
see
is it a thing where that people obviously seeing this on social media, toilets running out,
They can
the
create
news is
chaos.
toilet. You can create chaos how you want. You
I
can
went
show us
super
numbers.
drunk,
Go
yeah,
on.
and this is at the time where everyone's trying to get the disinfectant.
yeah.
It was hard to get.
Yeah.
So I remember going around meeting, and I was like, oh god, I need to find hand gel. I can't find it, whatever. Yeah. And as I'm walking out, I'm like, because me, I know how to plant seeds, so I just couldn't find any hand gel. And I'm saying that as I'm walking past staff, innit, so they can hear me like looking for hand gel. And then one of them was like, "You looking for hand gel?"
It became a drug deal.
Yeah.
Oh, it felt like I was buying crack, bro.
The man said, "Come with me."
I really need some hand gel. He's like whispered me.
Yeah.
We go behind the bar. We go behind the counter, and he's like, "It's the last one. You can have it." Bro, it felt like I just won the lottery.
Yeah.
And I just got hand gel, and it's because these dirty freaks.
Because they make you think like that.
Antibacterial
And these times the
antiviral.
flus are about, bro.
It's
about-
like,
bro,
I had
you can get
It's
COVID
here
to this
now.
day.
You can get it
I
today.
had COVID twice, bro. I trained. I ate well. I did
Yeah.
what the protocol was for like certain peptide. Bro, I took what I needed and I felt banging, bro. The reality is that I think the question this really sparks is if we're aware that blindly trusting people in suits is not the right thing to do, just based on this situation, because we're only commenting on the news that's happening. Disclaimer for any employers or anyone that's watching. We're only commenting on the news that's happening and providing social commentary. None of these views are necessarily our own. Right? But the reality is,
I spark these views at work. I call my shit propaganda
if
all
the
time.
reality is that that's what we've observed now, surely that sparks a much bigger question to people around, if you look at your wider health, how much of how you take care of your wider health is actually dictated by what you've researched and the work you've done to understand what's good for you versus you trusting the equivalent man in a suit food pyramid, for example, that in America last year, I don't know if you saw this, best thing ever, the food pyramid in America was completely flipped upside down.
Yeah.
So they were basically saying, before what they were saying, all the things that you should be eating, like these really high sugary, just not good for you foods, like corns and this different stuff like that, right? It's
Put
completely...
like this, Kellogg's created breakfast.
Yeah.
Correct.
You should have breakfast.
Fact.
So
I
they've
remember that
changed
story.
it to actually be healthy, and it's flipped on its head. So, but people before that were just trusting, what's the food pyramid say? And that's how I'm going to eat healthy.
Yeah, because if you look at the food, like fats in that, they say you shouldn't have too many fats and all that shit. But actually,
Like
you
red
should,
meat.
you should have a decent amount of
Of
fats
course
in your
you should.
diet.
Bro.
Like,
There's no such thing as
proper
eating too
fats.
much red meat. If you eat bare steaks, that's banging, bro. You're not gonna. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you for eating red meat.
What's his name? Jordan Peterson has spent his.
He's reversed his autoimmune disease by going
but
carnivore.
just literally eating steak,
them saying
breakfast,
to you
lunch,
that
and
red
dinner.
meat is bad, all the packaged food in plastic is good. It's like that's also people saying to you, convenience is what you want. Here's a plastic thing, just put it in your microwave. No nutrients, but eat it. It's quick.
Yeah,
And it's-
mate, that's even why I asked you the other day. It's like why this shit is everywhere. I'm not disputing none of this Fauci stuff, by the way, because like if we were to get into it, we can have this conversation all night about the shit that these government and big people are telling us to do in the pursuit of money and power, right? But that's why I said to you that why. Not that you were surprised. I'm not saying why are you surprised by this Fauci shit? It doesn't surprise me at all, bro. Not in the slightest.
Do you know what the one thing, or maybe a slight answer to that question is? I think we all have so much information at our fingertips now that maybe previous generations, and maybe even just before COVID, we didn't really have all these. I think COVID actually made everyone just kind of sit down and be able to do their own research and start thinking about things a bit more deeply. Whereas before we spoke about the moon landing, they showed you that we went to the moon, we landed on the moon, you
just
believed
took
it,
it,
you
you
had
just
no
did it.
questions, you didn't ask any questions.
Did you
Same
take the
thing with
vaccine?
this, huh?
Do you take the vaccine?
I'm actually going to tell you a little bit about that. So just to finish this point. So
Yeah, sorry.
so I think we've all, in terms of your own health, I think we can all do enough research ourselves to be like, these are the important things for me, and this is what works for me personally, as opposed to this person said this, and I'm going to follow this direction.
Exactly.
I feel like diet. I think these
Can I
these
say,
food
answer your question
companies.
as well, though, what you said around why... I think for me, the reason I'm shocked by it a little bit is that the COVID pandemic almost felt like something out of a movie. In the sense of like, there's this global
Lockdown and
disease
that.
where, bro, people are dying, it's unhealthy, you don't know what it is, whatever. So it felt like the moment in time where we needed the best people to rise to the top and lead us forward. He was the main advisor to the most powerful country in the world on how we respond to this. And he was such a dirty human that for me, it just felt it's like you've seen someone's hand in poker. It's like you believe someone the whole time. You were like, if anything happens, they're gonna be there.
You feel betrayed.
And then when it happened, it's like, oh. So why would because even if you were before be like, I trust the fact that there are good people out there and the right people in the right positions, right? You can't have that blind belief in future situations because this is all just out there now. Yeah. Do you understand? It's like, whereas before I didn't have an example like this where I could be like, my trust has been so badly betrayed, I'm just not going to blindly lead anything. I'm just going to do my own research and be curious and go to where the experts are and not trust the readers of the experts, but the experts themselves.
Yeah. You can't trust these guys. But listen, these man, even in this country, these man had a shubs when they were telling everyone to be at home.
Crazy,
like,
bro.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Why are we surprised?
Bro, forget me, everyone
they show us
this
shit all the time.
Shubs when people's family members were dying, bro. It's like, I think it's almost been made to be laughed at that's what happened. Yeah, but that's really what happened.
It's a boy thing. It was an absolute boy thing. Do you
understand how that is honestly disgraceful, bro?
Yeah.
That people's family members passed away, couldn't be at weddings, all this stuff. You couldn't be witnessing your childbirth, and it's like all these kind of things because these are just made rules.
Yeah, and creating opportunities to make some serious peace.
Crazy. So I think to go to adulthood now, I think for me, I think it's to your point, Yamba, of like, I think there's a lot of information out there. Our role is to try and be clever around how do we take information and create insights or knowledge from that information, and knowing that most of the information is going to be bullshit.
Yeah. You see it in your diet now. Like everyone's conscious of food now. Everyone's aware of what real food is and what shit food is. And I think, but do you know, these big businesses, they'll just pivot. Of course. They'll just pivot and start giving you whole foods again and try to sell it to you like they're the fucking...
Well, they give you air fryers with all this toxic...
Yeah, bruv, that's mad, isn't it? The air fryers. Here's a less toxic air fryer. Oh, so you spent the last 4 years selling me a toxic air fryer. That's what they do. They'll just find... Bro, that's what consumerism is built around. Yeah. It's like, the consumers want something, a company makes it. Consumers want something, a company makes it. So the reality is that consumers need to force companies to make things and products that are really good for them. Shout out to Cane. My favourite sugarcane drink in the world. If you lot are ever at some market in West Croydon somewhere, go there and try that drink because it's very nice. But that's the kind of thing where it's like, I think what you're going to see a big boom of is natural, healthy products. That's why you're seeing people going hiking now. Like people are being reconnected with like... No one's drinking. I see some stats the other day. I can't remember them, but the kids, the next generation ain't drinking, dog.
Bro, I know my wife's niece is 21, never been to a club.
Yeah,
never been out drinking. They're not doing it. Quick one. It's funny you said it was like being in a movie. Did you ever see the movie Contagion?
Contagion, I feel like I have.
Oh.
Movie released in 2011. This is probably the biggest budget or biggest cast movie that you'd ever seen. So I named some actors and actresses: Gwyneth Paltrow, Matt Damon, Lawrence Fishburne, Jude Law, Kate Winslet.
Oh, I have seen this. This is basically COVID, isn't it?
Bro, released in 2011, and it was a film. It was basically a film about what happened in COVID. Yeah. We watched that during COVID, and there was one point where I was like, "Hold on, I need a minute because this is too real. It's getting too real." Yeah, I'm that guy. But yeah, crazy that you say that. And then you asked about the vaccine. So I initially was, again, doing my own thing, just reading, just trying to find out these things. Obviously, there was panic going around. People around me saying, vaccine, you need the vaccine. You won't be able to travel. You won't be able to get a job. Or you won't be able to see your loved ones and family. And for a long time, I was, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting the vaccine. I'm not getting the vaccine. People around me got the vaccine, and I became the black sheep. Literally.
I told you not to invite this black man into our family,
bro. So it was like, and again, I'm not talking like, I'm talking close, like family talking. Take the vaccine, take the vaccine, take the vaccine. I've got a mild heart thing, not like yours. Mine's not like yours.
What the fuck?
Just put it out.
Not like yours.
A mild little heart thing. So essentially, I've got a slow, irregular heartbeat, and I've always had that.
Do you know how common that is, by the way?
Very common.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it until I was maybe like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Quite common. So like a irregular heartbeat.
I can see that.
Anyway.
No, I can see that.
You might have one too, you know.
Brother, you might have
one.
You know,
bare people got arrhythmias. Bare people got arrhythmias.
If you're athletic in any way, you will have a slow.
My heart is enlarged anyway.
That's it.
Yeah. If you want,
you got a big heart.
bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Nice.
If you, bro, trust me, the amount I know about hearts now, yeah.
Yeah, you've done your
athletes and that
Googles.
have enlarged heart, which is obvious, right? When you think about it.
Yeah, because it's a muscle, isn't
obvious.
it?
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, the pressure got heated.
got
So
worse.
it got worse. So later down the line after that, you know what?
fucking
I don't
take the
want to
vaccine.
fight every day of my life for not
yeah,
getting the
yeah,
vaccine or be thing. So I went and got the initial. I can't remember which one I got, but I had to get two. I got the initial one, and I remember being at home maybe an hour or two after, and I was lying down in the bed, and I could feel my heart. You could see my heart through my chest. I couldn't move. I was lying down there. Did some Googles, side effects. So I remember telling my wife, I don't feel good at all.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I only took the one. Ever since then, my heart rate has never been the same.
You're
Nah,
fucked.
really?
Yeah, never been the same.
What, so, like, is in your resting heart rate? Oh, you get heart palpitations.
Yeah, and I
like
can
floods.
feel my resting heart rate. My resting heart rate is a lot higher now than it was before.
Man.
That's-
And you mock my thing, yeah?
Yeah,
And you mock my thing, yeah?
It's like,
my
I'm fine, bro.
My thing punches like a Rolls Royce.
because they reset you,
Goes on
bro.
fire every now and
You got
again.
2 hearts.
Did you
in
take
there.
it?
You got
What?
Did you take it?
What's that?
The vaccine?
I took 2, yeah. Because I remember my thing was that at the time when I was getting married, we were doing it in Morocco, and you couldn't fly with that. We couldn't
That's
go
what
to
pissed
Morocco.
me
Yeah.
off.
So I actually only got it because I went first time
Same.
to plan, second time I needed a booster to go. So I was
Yeah.
like,
So I took the
didn't get
first
third
one. Obviously, yeah, similar thing, family, some vulnerable people in my family. So I took the first one. Like, I didn't want to. I'm the same. Like, I wasn't necessarily a skeptic or whatever, but I was more like, do I need it? Probably not. I'll be sweet. If I caught it, I'll be sweet. I've caught it and I'm
facts.
sweet. Yeah. And it was more to sort of, I've taken something now to protect other people.
But
There's
you know how
something-
mad that is, though?
Yeah,
That's
but
what
there's
they said.
something. Yeah, all right, cool.
Doesn't stop
but I can get on
transmission.
board with it. Though. I can get on board with it.
No,
yeah?
but Dan, can we just pause the conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying that the reason you took it is to help save other people.
No, as in
The
as in,
The
Let
vaccine
me land
person
though.
said.
The
As in-
vaccination does not in any way influence.
Yeah, but I knew
transmission.
that though. I knew that though.
No,
I knew
no.
that.
They
I knew
said
that.
at the time they made you feel like it does.
But but it mitigates though.
Mitigates
It
what?
doesn't want. What does it
It
mean?
mitigates against transition.
No, it
No, it
does
doesn't.
nothing for
It
transition.
It does
That's what
nothing.
I'm trying to. This
It
man,
does nothing
Okay,
for
alright,
it's
fine,
transition.
fair enough,
unbelievable,
fair
Dan.
enough,
Yeah.
fair
Dan,
enough,
Dan,
fair enough.
So
What
this
you're
is where-
saying, what you're
No,
saying,
no.
your brain is right, but the facts are wrong. You understand?
Yeah,
Like,
fair enough. Either way, I took the thing, yeah?
Yeah.
And then it was only this Brer's wedding that you couldn't go.
yeah, you couldn't.
Until
And then you had
until
to.
you had it.
I had
But
people
imagine,
couldn't make it.
But imagine, I did an absolute madness to get it, by the way. An absolute madness. Like, what's that company? Radnux. That's how you know.
Randox.
That's how you know these men are printing peas.
Oh,
'Cause all of
yeah,
a sudden,
yeah.
these
That flash
these
business.
fucking-
Companies coming,
These businesses now got pop-up spots everywhere. You got to pay 100 and I forget
150,
what it was.
150,
Yeah.
150.
And I'm
Bam,
doing a
bam.
madness. I'm flying like the next day to this Brer's wedding, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a madness to get it. Imagine I landed in Morocco, bruv.
No
Do
injection.
you think they checked for that?
No,
shit,
bro.
bruv?
Come through.
I felt
I
fucking
remember certain man who got unnamed. There was I would say it's not one man. There was a group of people. Yeah, where these lot were banging fake certificates, innit? You
Oh,
could
yeah,
buy
yeah,
it,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you could buy that.
bill, whatever. So you basically, and they look banging, like they look real, and bare people use that, and they were like, yeah, I told you wouldn't need it. You know when the fraud people like win and it feels so shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn it,
You feel like shit.
I don't know why
Yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't.
The spike protein just traveling through my body now. Like, I'm just fucked. Right? But
crazy,
listen, hey, that's that. Anything else?
No, listen, I think that let's leave everyone with a message, okay? We're not saying don't get vaccinated. We're not giving medical advice because we're not medical professionals. What we are saying is that just because someone looks the part doesn't mean they are. And at the end of the day, we're all imperfect. Isn't that right, Sej? So what we need to do is make sure we do our own research. And how do you do your own research? Speak to the specialists.
Do your
or listen
Googles.
to the specialists of the fields that are at hand. And if you want to know anything about COVID and the mRNA vaccines, listen to Dr. Robert Malone. And on that note,
We've been the perfect. You've been the people. Godspeed.